This past week, we finally got the trailers for the two biggest budget FPS games coming out this holiday season, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1. And the response to these two trailers have been pretty noticeably different. Now, there are some specific reasons that are pretty obvious why people are a lot more angry at Infinite Warfare, but I want to take a look at both trailers for the games and really break down why one of them is so much more effective at building hype. Starting with the Infinite Warfare trailer, I think one of the things that immediately puts a lot of fans on edge is the decision to go with a far future sci-fi setting, which is a little weird for the series. Given, Call of Duty has never been exactly about having a super accurate depiction of war, but it's always been based on real wars for the most part, whether that's World War II, the Cold War, or modern warfare. And while they have been experimenting with sci-fi more recently, it's all been more near future based on things going on now. And the move to sci-fi is kind of a jarring one, because when you look at other FPS games that focus on a sci-fi setting, they're established settings that are constantly used. All of the Halo games take place in the Halo universe. Titanfall created its own universe that it focused on. With Call of Duty, since everything is so localized within a specific game or two, it's weird for them to have to try and construct a new setting just for this game, which is what this trailer takes a lot of time trying to do, painting us the picture of who the factions are and why you're going to war, rather than jumping straight into the action. And what action we do see in the trailer has this really odd, simultaneous effect, where people who are fans of the older games might be turned off by how different it looks by moving to a futuristic setting, while people who have never really paid that close attention to Call of Duty don't see that much of a difference in this one, other than the fact that it has a sci-fi backdrop with the same looking kind of combat. Basically, it's weird for series fans, but not all that interestingly different to people that haven't tried it out yet. And one thing I didn't really like about the trailer was their song choice. It didn't really give much impact to the visuals, and it just felt like a weird attempt to tug on people's heartstrings by using a Bowie song, even though it's a cover. And on top of that, what makes it really weird is that while the song is superficially about space, it's really about being drugged out of your mind, which, by the way, if that ends up being the plot of the game where the entire space war is just a giant hallucination of a guy tripping out on drugs, I take it back, that's an awesome idea, great bait and switch, go for it, Activision. So after a good solid 2.5 minutes of the trailer trying to build up hype for this new setting and convincing people that going to sci-fi is a smart move, the trailer decides to backpedal a little bit by announcing something that people have been wanting, an HD remake of Modern Warfare. Hype is built again. But then they decide to also announce that the only way to get this version of the game is to pre-order and buy a limited edition of Infinite Warfare, meaning that if all you really want is a remake of Modern Warfare, you still have to pay $60 for a game you probably don't want. Overall, the trailer for Infinite Warfare just didn't do much for me. It felt drawn out, it was trying to paint a picture for a setting that no one's really that interested in, because at the end of the day, people play Call of Duty because they wanted a more Modern Warfare style game. If they wanted sci-fi, they would have jumped into Halo or Titanfall. Now, in comparison, the Battlefield 1 trailer is way more succinct because they don't have to take any time to explain anything to you. You know right away that it takes place in World War I, which tells you who the factions are, when it's taking place, what kind of technology there is, so the entire thing isn't focused on narrative and instead just shows really fast-paced action for the kind of things that you might want to see in a World War I style game. The entire trailer is just back-to-back quick shots of things like biplanes, gas masks, chemical warfare, trench warfare, tanks, horse riding, zeppelins. It doesn't have to explain anything to you, it's just back-to-back action. And it's all paired up with a song that adds impact to every explosion that happens in the trailer because the bass line matches it. And this is what I think is really genius about the decision to go to World War I, because it's something that's simultaneously interesting to people that haven't kept track of Battlefield lately, but is also a way to pull in longtime series fans. It has a certain nostalgic factor that links back to the gameplay of the older games in World War II, which of course isn't going to be the exact same as this because they are different wars, but it is a lot closer than what we've been seeing lately with Modern Warfare style games. And meanwhile, we've never really had a big budget AAA game that takes place in World War I, so people that have always kind of just had a cursory glance at the Battlefield series might see this as a reason to give this one a shot. And this is something that DICE and EA are very acutely aware of. Just look at the DLC packs they've already been announcing. The Harlem Hellfighters, Lawrence of Arabia, the Red Baron. All of these things, while they might just be simple DLC packs that add unique loadouts and some weapon skins, they all have certain things that they're referencing and evoke certain emotions and thoughts to people that know things about World War I, which is awesome. Now, of course, all of this is based on a pair of trailers that combined total less than 5 minutes of footage, the vast majority of which isn't actual gameplay. So we don't actually know how this is going to turn out until we really get the final product. For all we know, Battlefield 1 could just end up being a reskin of Battlefield 4 that people lose interest in really quickly, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare could end up meeting Activision sales goals and be a surprisingly super fun game. Although, currently, I really don't think that's the way this is going to go. The point is, how you create hype for your game is really important with the first trailer, and these are great examples of how to do it right and how to do it wrong. But let me know what you guys think down below. Which game are you more excited for? What are your hopes? What are your fears? What do you want out of them? Just let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button to let me know, as well as subscribe, and I will see you guys later.